December 25th was not an ordinary day for this family inside Al Jafina camp, as that night turned into a horrific nightmare. All of a sudden, a fire broke out in their small tent, trapping them in flames amid helpless cries for help. Their father and their mother tried to save their children, but they lost one in the fire. All that remained of the tent was ashes and the remains of burnt tools, in a scene that sums up the extent of the suffering experienced by the displaced in Marib camps, where these tragedies are repeated without solutions.
We
don't know how the fire happened. We woke up and the place was on fire and completely burned. We tried to put out the fire but couldn't. I had two children and I tried to save them, but I couldn't save one of them and she died. She was 6 years old.
According to what was stated by the executive unit for the displaced persons camps in Marib, the displaced persons camps in the governorate witnessed during the current year 207 fires, in which some people were killed and 39 others were injured. This reflects the scale of the humanitarian disaster, facing more than 2 million displaced people in these camps. These fires not only caused huge human losses, but also led to the destruction of dozens of tents and the burning of simple possessions that are considered the only source of livelihood for displaced families. The causes of these fires are due to several factors, the most prominent of which are the reliance of flammable building materials, random electricity wiring, random use of energy sources such as firewood and gas, in addition to the lack of awareness of general safety practices. The absence of fire extinguishing systems or emergency response teams further exacerbates the situation, making it almost impossible to control fires once they break out.
There were 207 fires in 2024. 51 refugee shelters were burned, 3 people died and 41 were injured. The fires are often caused by electrical short circuits resulting from the random wiring. The solution is to find a safer and more permanent transitional shelter.
The spread of fires inside the camps for displaced persons reveals the extent of neglect faced by millions of people who were forced to flee in search of safety, not only to find themselves facing a new danger that threatens their lives and property. This is happening in the absence of safe solutions and preventative measures, and the lack of an effective response from humanitarian organizations and responsible parties.